Here are 3 players to watch in the NCAA tournament that if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Everyone just loves New Mexico to upset number 6, have the potential to go at least one more round. Deron Holmes, Shahade Wells, and Enrique Freeman, 3 players you have to know about. I have yet to get over last night's Colgate game. Extremely frustrating when a team like Bucknell, who is shooting 31% from three-point range, goes 9 of 15 or 8 of 15, one or the other, in the first half to keep that game close. And Colgate, finally, we got live lines in the Discord, pulled away. That's why you got to join us here in the FTN Discord. Promo code early15. It's on the bottom of the screen. Get you 15% off all the annual packages. And remember, as we get closer to March Madness, we got to pay the bills. A lot of our content is going to be paywall. A lot of our content is going to be for Discord and subs only. We gave away the free $50 parlay on Saturday. I will do that again. That's going to be fantastic. Not today, but coming up soon. We will do it again. But you want to join us at FTN. Early 15 gets that promo code. When the brackets come out, we're live. When the props come out, we're live. We're going to have picks, upsets. Frank Brank's models are incredible. He runs the simulations for the conference tournaments, and that's what you guys want. You want the big paydays. That's what's going to come with conference tournaments. You got to be a subscriber. Want to join us here. As always, as usual, I'm going to give you my picks in reverse confidence order. Count them all the way down. Let's see what we got. Hell of a day yesterday. Games were also, yes, they were, Trevor. Just really frustrated with Bucknell. I mean, come on, give me a break there. Nova dropping the game was ridiculous. Yeah, just needed the under. Had a parlay myself, actually, guys, a private one that I did. Got the Eric Dixon 2-pointers, over 2.5 3-pointers over in his total points. We got the under, which we needed to hit as well. And we had Georgetown player over his points as well. So we had a good day. Let's have a day. Bobby, good to see you back, buddy. Let's have a day. Georgetown money line, Neptune laying 9.5. That was funny. Yeah, that was very funny. Very, very true. Poor Irish. Yeah, High Rollins. Okay, he had a great year. And Ohio State, finally, Ryan Day wins the big one. But a great year for Notre Dame. So absolutely. Lost 4, by the way. Yeah, yesterday was rough. So we're going to bounce back today. Good vibe. Yeah, Tommy B, good having you as well. Costco. Okay, I'm ready to go. If Costco's here, we're ready to go. It's tough, Trevor. Yeah, you got it for sure. Here we go. Like, subscribe. Counting down backwards. Here are the picks. So Northern Illinois got to the window for us. It was a Frank Brank special. Frank liked it, and I liked it. When that happens, good things arise. And we had that on Saturday. They covered the 10-point spread. So I'm going back to them here. Northern Illinois does not look good metrically, but they have played better. The Central Michigan game, they only lost by 5, and they covered in that matchup. They are good at forcing turnovers, the number 2 in the MAC at forcing turnovers. And this is a Western Michigan team that really doesn't impress me in any way whatsoever. So I know that they're home. They played a really fast pace, which could lead to a lot of turnovers. They don't make threes. They give up a lot of threes. And Western Michigan has benefited from teams shooting 65.8% from the free throw line against them. And Northern Illinois, not a great free throw shooting team. I just think this is one too many points. I don't think Western Michigan is in a situation where they're going to blow someone out. So we're taking Northern Illinois plus 10. Not a strong read. It's a MAC game. Weird things happen. That's why I have it down number 22. But that is our first pick there. I'm going to go with Central Michigan minus 4.5 against Ball State also. Another MAC special here. Central Michigan is home in this matchup. Central Michigan has played better. They lost to Akron away by 16, but that was kind of a turning point for Tony Barbie's squad. Toledo away, they only lost by 2. Great game. Eastern Michigan at home, they hung 82 and won by 19. Northern Illinois away, they didn't cover, but they did win that game. Now they return home to Ball State. I think they've got something going here. I think they're playing better. They're very good on the offensive glass. They're strong, so that should benefit them against a Ball State team that is really not good on the glass here. Terrible on the offensive boards, not great at shooting. They're terrible at inside the arc. They're 57.9% from inside the arc. So this is a team that is not great on the offensive boards. That's terrible at defending inside the arc. That's on the road. It's a lot of things. Central Michigan, Ball State, again, not two of my teams, not a huge feel, but I will take Central Michigan laying the 4.5. I think this is too many points. I have faded Yukon all year simply because I thought their lines were too high. And I thought that they would regress a little bit. And if you look at Yukon this year, they have not been great against the spread. Connecticut 8, 9, and 1 against the spread. And when you isolate that and look at home games for Yukon, They are 4-4-1. So this is very mediocre. Now, Butler has not played well this year. They have struggled, but they do have players who can attack the basket. And they do have the benefit of not having Liam McNeely. So I think this is going to be a fairly close game. I know we're waiting for Yukon to have the explosion. I just don't think they can have that explosion without Liam McNeely in the lineup. These two teams played at Butler back on Saturday, December 21st, and Yukon won by 4, 78-74. So in that matchup, McNeely had 17 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. He's out on the floor tonight. So these two teams played at Butler. It was fairly close. They lost by 4 with McNeely. Now the game is at Yukon. No McNeely. Butler's coming off a win at home over Seton Hall, their first win of the Big East Conference season, and I'm getting 13. I'll take Butler plus 13 here against Yukon. This is a tough one. Only a half unit on this one. I believe in Tennessee, but this is a brutal stretch for Tennessee. Take a look at Tennessee's schedule. So they lost away at Vanderbilt, rivalry game. It happens, no problem. We got Mississippi State home, Auburn away, Kentucky home, Florida home, Missouri home. That is about as rough a schedule in the SEC as you're going to see. One of two things are going to happen. Either Tennessee is going to cave or Tennessee is going to rally. Now, you want to say this is a look-ahead game because they have Auburn away on Saturday. You can't look ahead when you lost to Vanderbilt. You got to get going here. They're 3-2. This is a team that wants to win the SEC conference. They're looking up at Auburn, who's 5-0, Alabama, who's 4-1, Mississippi, who's 4-1, Missouri, who's 4-1, and they're tied at 3-2 with a lot of other teams. So they can't look ahead. I'm afraid of Chris Jans. It's only 6.5. I put it at number 19 because Chris Jans is good enough to pull this one off. And Mississippi State coming off a big win over Mississippi. However, before that, they got destroyed away by Auburn and lost at home to Kentucky. So not sure about Mississippi State. Their offense can struggle. I'm banking on consistency. I'm banking on a big game from Chaz Lanier. Give me Tennessee minus 6.5 against Mississippi State. I believe in coaches. If you want to say it's one of my weaknesses, that's fine. I am a huge coach guy. Coaches that are overachieving or underachieving. You have Dana Altman, who was looking at a Big Ten conference title. Then they lose at home to Illinois, give up 109 to a good Illinois team. They beat Maryland home. They went away at Ohio State, but didn't play great. They went away at Penn State, but didn't play great. And then they lost to Purdue. They got to stop the slide here. And I think it happens tonight against Washington. Now, Washington has lost 4 straight games. They did compete well against Purdue and covered. They went away to Michigan and gave up 91. They went away to Michigan State and gave up 88. They don't have a good defense. Their defense is not good. They're not good inside the arc. Oregon needs this win. Dana Altman's a really good coach. I think they get to 80, and I don't think Oregon's defense allows Washington to get to 65. So I will take Oregon minus 12.5. It is a big number. It is on the road, so we're going to lay it there. It's down, number 18, because I don't like laying big numbers. Seton Hall can't score. If Seton Hall was going to rally and have a monster game and get up and get all sorts of fired, what would have happened against St. John's, who's a proximal rivalry? What would have happened against Kadari Richmond coming back home? Didn't happen. Got their doors blown off. Now here comes Marquette, who needs a win to sort of right the ship and get things going again. Marquette, very good metrically, lost at home to Xavier, 59-57. You will have their full attention. They host Villanova after that, but Villanova isn't exactly Yukon or St. John's. So they were 6-0, 6-1. Are they going to lose 2 games in a row? No, they are not, even though the game's away. So if I don't think the underdog can win the game, it is very hard for me to take the points. I don't like taking the points when I think the underdog can win. I don't think Seton Hall can win this game. Seton Hall is really bad on offense. They're shooting 41.7%. That's the worst in the Big East from inside the arc. And they're allowing opponents to shoot 59%. That's the worst in the Big East inside the arc. So terrible on offense, terrible inside the arc defense. Shaheen Holloway's a great coach. They're just rebuilding here. I think Marquette wins. I'll lay the 11.5. That's fine. Iowa State coming off a loss. UCF overrated. So UCF overrated here coming and playing Iowa State in Iowa State. Iowa State is 5-1. If you look at the standings of the Big 12, Houston 6-0, Iowa State's 5-1, Arizona's 5-1. Iowa State cannot afford to lose this game. They can't. Houston is 6-0. They're running away again. They don't play Houston until Saturday, February 22nd, so they have a long way off of that. They cannot afford to lose 2 in a row. They're not losing to UCF. They're not losing to Johnny Dawkins. Johnny Dawkins, valiant game at home. Great job. You gave up 95 away to Arizona State. You gave up 95 to Arizona State. What are you going to give up to Iowa State here in Hilton Magic? I get it. They're talented. I'm going to lay the points here with Iowa State minus 15.5. It's a big number, and there could be a backdoor cover. That's why it's down at number 16. 15 here. Rhodey has burned me. I did get it. This is why you have to be a subscriber. Rhode Island, I got it right away when it came out. It was 1.5. You wait till the show on Saturday. It was 2.5. We lost. But Rhode Island at home plays very good defense. They're also great defending the three, third best in the country. And VCU generates a lot of their points from beyond the arc. They generate 37% of their points from beyond the arc, and they shoot 48% of their shots from beyond the arc. They're a very big three-point dependent shooting team. Max Shulga, Joe Bamisil, these type of players. That's what Rhode Island's really good at. It's on the road, Rhodey at home, physical, defense, Archie Miller, too many points. Rhode Island plus 7. This one made me nervous, but I'm taking it. Frank Brank is on it as well. He runs the simulations as one of his picks for the day, and I like it. You know, usually I'm usually a game early when I make a prediction. I thought Duquesne, who's Drew Joyce, who's done a wonderful job here, LeBron's high school teammate. Drew has done a good job with Duquesne, coaching them very well. They're 9-9. This is his first year with Duquesne, but they're a little bit over their heads for a team that shoots 64% from the free throw line. Big win against St. Bonaventure. They're now 4-1. It's about time for them to lose. They had a home OT win over St. Joe's. They went away at G-Dub and won. They beat St. Bonaventure by 18. Fantastic win. Here comes Dayton, who is the king of the A-10 year in and year out, and they're just 2-3. They need to get things going. This is a team that looked great out in Hawaii against North Carolina, Iowa State. They lost close games. They blew out Connecticut, and they lost a G-Dub away, UMass away, George Mason. Brutal. But they did beat Loyola Chicago at home, and I think things are turning for them. A lot of people are going to be on Duquesne here because they're playing better, and Dayton is not. I'm with Frank. I'm laying the 3, which is down to 2, I think, right now, against Dayton at Duquesne. I know you're going to shoot me with this one, St. Bonaventure. Mike, you're wrong about St. Bonaventure against St. Louis. You're wrong about St. Bonaventure at home against LaSalle. You got St. Bonaventure against Richmond, but then you lost it against Duquesne. I'm going back to them. I really am. Remember, all these great teams that have well coached, that are solid, they always have a trouble spot. It always happens at some point. Remember, Yukon lost 3 in a row and 5 of 6 before they won their first title. This team is well coached. This team is great on defense. You got the whole Woj effect with the name, image, and likeness. This team is 3-3. They were a team I thought could win the A-10. They're now 3-3. Here comes George Mason, who's riding high. Tony Skinn, they're 5-1. But they're 5-1, and who'd they beat in conference? They beat Davidson. Okay, not great. They lost to Rhode Island away. Predicted that. Beat Richmond at home in a close game. Beat UMass at home by 7. Dayton away, good win, but Dayton is struggling. And then beat G-Dub in 2 overtimes. Time for a flat spot here. I may go first half and full game on St. Bonaventure. George Mason, 5-1 atop the A-10. It's time for some regression. St. Bonaventure will be ready to go because they can't fall to 3-4. They'll be 3 games behind George Mason in the A-10. You get max effort here. I know St. Bonaventure is lurking in Vermont territory where I just love the team so much that I have blinders on, but I'm going back to St. Bonaventure. But guys, think of it this way. I made it only 13th, so I'm learning. I don't think Virginia can win by 8 in the road against anyone. BC stinks. Love my alma mater, but they're not very good. But I don't think Virginia with that offense can win on the road by 8 against anyone. BC has lost 4 straight games. Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Duke. They do have the big guy inside, Chad Venning. Donald Hand is actually pretty good at home. They are struggling. They're not very good. I just don't think Virginia, who has also lost 5 games in a row, can beat anybody on the road by 8. Their road games have been at California, lost by 14. Away at Stanford, lost by 23. Away at Louisville, lost by 14. They did cover, though, backdoor. Away at SMU, they lost by 12. Away at Florida, lost by 19. They've been brutal. So a team that is yet to win a road game is now favored by 8 points at BC. I don't see it. Slow game, points at a premium, BC plus 8. Don't get this line at all. Purdue has been a wagon at home. They're very tough, and I don't think Ohio State is good. Ohio State is very unpredictable. But don't look now. Purdue is 7-1. They do have Michigan coming up after this at home, but they've been very solid at home. They hung 104 in a Nebraska team that's much better than Ohio State, I think. They beat Northwestern at home by 18 points. They beat Toledo at home by 19. They play well at home, and I don't think Ohio State has the discipline or the coaching to break the 3-game losing streak. They lost 3 straight games, lost at home to Indiana in overtime. That was a brutal one, brutal loss. They were winning that game. I don't think they're very good. I don't think Jake Diebler is good. I wasn't sure about them early on when they got off to the 5-1 start. Now I am. I'll take Purdue minus 10.5. You know, Bradley, I said, is not the same, but take a look at how Bradley's done the last few games. Bradley has started to turn things around. They have won, 8 of their last 9 games. They beat Illinois, Chicago away. They beat Indiana State at home. They hung 118. They beat Murray State away by 13. Now they go to Belmont. Belmont is good. I think Bradley is kind of back to where they normally are. Great job by Brian Wardell. Bradley always tough. They struggled early. They weren't covering, but now they're starting to get hot. And you look at the standings in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bradley is 7-1, 1-game lead over Drake and Belmont. So Belmont needs this game. I don't think they're going to get it. It's only number 10 because it's a 1-point spread. The game is on the road. It's not Bradley at home, and Bradley's been a little bit worse than normal, but I do think they get it. Bradley -1 at Belmont. Questions are fine. Let me get to them now. We'll get to the top 10. They're going crazy. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Okay. We're trying, Roy. We're trying. Let's keep it going. Who has a better chance of covering tonight? Washington Wizards. Maybe the Wizards, because I don't like the Lakers. That's a good one. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I trust Eastern Michigan with that betting scandal, Daryl. That's the only thing that worries me. Butler in the under is fine. 13.5, that's fine. Yeah, a 7.5 is a lot. It's coming down. I think Tennessee's better. I'm not ready to give up on Tennessee. I love Chris Jans. This game is in Mississippi State. I feel a little differently, but I think Tennessee's good, and I think they pull away and take this one. Like Oregon in the bounce back tonight as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's true, Trevor. I still like Dana Altman. They need a win. I have not been impressed with what I saw with Washington. Great Asabor. He got the big bag to go to Washington, but he hasn't been fantastic. Their defense isn't great. I think Oregon runs away and hides here. It's possible, Wags. You're possible on that one. Yeah, Adewusu and Tuami out last game. Yeah, if they play, Tuami can be good because he hits the threes. I saw him at Rutgers. Yeah, Trevor, either way, I think Marquette rolls. I just think Seton Hall is just not very good. And the 20-point loss against St. John's, even without those guys, is rough. Let's see. Clones by 30, likely. Yeah, I'm not betting it's Iowa State. I already put him in the Discord that we're going to win national title. I agree. They had a bad stretch, but they're turning it around. I agree with you. Appreciate that, Roy. You're the man. Book of knowledge. Yep. Hashtag basketball narcolepsy. Hi, Roland. That's what we do here. Michi. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm not waiting on news. I'm taking it now. I'll roll with it. Let's see. And we'll get to the other one. I got some more coming, guys. Let me get to the picks. This one just came up. I'm taking Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa, really solid team, and they were scoring big points, and then they hit a slide there. Valpo away, lost. Murray State, Southern Illinois away, but they're good at home. They've scored 73, 76, beat Belmont at home by 6, and only got me beat Missouri State by 11. Missouri State is just terrible. You pull up Missouri State's metrics. I mean, look at this. Missouri State, last in the Missouri Valley in adjusted defensive efficiency, last in effective field goal percentage allowed, last in defensive rebounding, last in three-point percentage allowed, 40%. They're allowing their opponents shoot 40% from three-point range. Last in terms of two-point percentage and 62% from the free throw line. I mean, what else do you need? Northern Iowa at home. I'm taking it. I say they roll. Vanderbilt, great win against Tennessee, and welcome to getting destroyed by Alabama. Alabama's going to have one of those games where they don't miss the three-pointers. They're only shooting 32.4% from three-point range, but in conference it's getting better, 34.5. What I like is Mark Sears has started to get going also. He was struggling for most of the year, but Sears has gone 20 or more points in 5 of his last 6 games. The only game he did not was Mississippi. That's because Mississippi's defense is legit, but he's going 4 of 12, 4 of 10, 4 of 6, 6 of 14 from three-point range. He's getting hot. I think Alabama rolls here. They have LSU at home. There's no look ahead. They're coming off the Kentucky win. Vandy, nice job. Mark Byington, great job in his first year. They're allowing opponents to shoot 40% from three-point range. That is worst in the SEC. That's not the recipe at Alabama here. I think Alabama rolls, roll tide. Rivalry game. Tennessee Martin is great at turning teams over. It's a rivalry game. You know my deal with this. I usually like to pick the team getting the 1.5 on the road, especially in a rivalry game, because the tendency is for someone just to take the favorite because you say they only have to win by 2. Rivalry game. Tennessee Martin is elite at forcing turnovers. Games at Tennessee State. I am going there. That is number 7. Now, what I will tell you, again, as always, Got to be a subscriber to FTN. I can't keep giving away the store for free. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks that are going in the parlay tonight. 6-pick parlay. I have 3 props, and I have 3 sides that are going in. 2 favorites and 1 underdog. You have to be a subscriber to get that in the Discord. That is not what I'm going to announce on the show. I will go through the games. When I get to the parlay, my top 6 picks and the parlay picks, those are going in the Discord. I'll put them in right after this. So those games are off limits. But I will answer questions here to see for everyone else. Let's see. Any other games we got? I think that could be it. Opinions on Kent State and Miami of Ohio winning. Those are not the games, Daryl, so I'll be happy to answer those. Kent State, Kent State's offense has been catastrophically bad. Playing Toledo tonight away at home, I'm going to lean Toledo there because Kent State's offense has just been brutal. They're shooting almost the worst team in college basketball from 3-point range. And in conference play, guys, Kent State is shooting 21.8%. So this is turning into Virginia North. They are one of the slowest teams in the country, and they can't make any shots from 3, and they can't make their free throws. I think Kent State is going the wrong way here. Lost to Western Michigan, lost to Miami of Ohio. I don't think they're winning this game. They got Ohio on the horizon. I'll take Toledo here to beat them in that matchup at home. It's only 1, I think. I will take them there. Let's see. Costco wants Texas Tech. That is not one of the picks also. Yeah, I stayed away from this one. Cincinnati may have gotten it right. Someone just put that in the chat. And Texas Tech, my instinct was Texas Tech, but it's a lot of points. It's a lot of. I think it's up to 4. Is it 3 or 4 right now? That's why this game was a stay away for me. Costco, I think UAB rolls. I actually like you. I think I took UAB in this game. Yeah, the only reason I'm not sure and I kept it off the list, Costco, is because they go to Memphis on Sunday. So they've played well. They look good. Andy Kennedy's look good. I lean UAB, but with Memphis on the horizon, and that's the big game in the AAC because Memphis is 4-1. North Texas, UAB, Temple, they're all 4-1. I could see this getting a backdoor cover here, so I did not put it up there as well. This one I can't answer. This one, MLB fan, I cannot answer. Arizona State. This is a sleepy spot for West Virginia. How good can they be? I mean, how good? DeVries is a great coach. But without Tucker on the court, how good can they continue to be? Javon Smalls turned into Michael Jordan. I get it. It just, I don't think Arizona State's very good. It's just, this is the sleepy spot game. So I did not pick this one as well. Bobby likes you Cincinnati. Lukosius found his shot. If he scored, they can beat everyone. Yeah, that's why it's a stay away. I just want to enjoy that one. Yeah, Mick is great at home, and Wisconsin's been good, and I can't figure it out. So I stayed away, Trevor. That is not a pick. What I will tell you guys is the picks I have. I have a pick in Wake Forest, North Carolina. I have a prop on Yukon. I have a prop on Wake Forest. I have a prop on North Carolina. I have DePaul, Creighton, and I have Iowa, Minnesota. Those are the games. If you want them, early 15, become an FTM subscriber, get in the Discord. We're ready to rock and roll. As always, Mike Randle here with you, FTM Fantasy. We find you the edge. We'll be back on Thursday as always, guys. Let's get to the window. We want to get over that 50-unit hump. We're right there, but we just continue to hover and can't get over that hump. Hopefully, we will do it today. FTM Fantasy, Mike Randle. I'll see you Thursday. Here are 3 players to watch in the NCAA tournament that if you don't know,